go ahead and like and subscribe on the gang. Like and subscribe. Hello, hello, hello.
How's it going, sir?
How are you, Kevin?
Oh, yes, sir. I am Kevin.
All right, fantastic. First and foremost, all rides are recorded. You got a 26-minute ride.
Yes, sir.
You don't mind audiobooks, do you?
What's that?
You don't mind audiobooks?
Yeah.
Okay. Again, I want to thank you for riding with Uber.
Yes, sir. I appreciate you taking me to St. Augustine.
Oh, man, that's where you going?
Yeah, St. Augustine, yep.
That's so sad.
Why is it sad?
I mean, what are you going to do? Play at the beach?
No, I got a couple of friends just wanted to go out for the evening, so I was like, well, I'll join y'all.
Yeah, I started at Atlantic Beach, so that's, I like St. Augustine. I've been there a couple times.
Yeah, I usually try to figure out which one I like better, because I like St. Augustine, but I also love Fernandina Beach as well.
Yeah.
Fernandina Beach is so far from here. It's like an hour plus ride.
Oh,
so.
man. Yeah. No, that's what I was saying about St. Augustine. It's once you get there,
yeah.
Almost most of the time they try to make you take the ferry back.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. I'm scared of the ferry.
Why are you scared of the ferry?
I mean, I never got on it because my GPS tried to take me there like 3 times.
Yeah.
And once I realized that's where it took me, I seen the other cars drive on there perfectly. I was just like,
right.
I just don't know. And it's only $1, so
yeah.
Maybe one time I'll try it.
Been pretty busy today, or kind of like here in between?
Consistent. Very consistent. Very consistent.
Did you work yesterday by chance or no?
Well,
as far as Uber?
Let me be honest with you, man. I'm on a severe detox, cleaning out my livers and my kidneys. And yesterday, I took my sister to get a brand new car.
Okay.
And when we was in there, it just hit me really hard.
Yeah.
I got the shivers, hot sweats. So I rode like 4 rides, and I had to go in early.
Yeah.
I just was not feeling the best.
Gotcha. I was just seeing if you were working because of the game yesterday.
Yeah.
That would have been, if I was an Uber driver, I would have worked that day from like, I don't know, 7 till end of the day.
Yeah.
That would have been the day.
I wanted to, but I had things that I was doing. Right. And then my detox just, it knocked me out. But I'm doing a good job with it, though. I'm fighting through.
What kind of car did she get?
She got a 2023 Nissan Altima.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I'm her co-signer, so, and I gave her $400 out of my pocket.
Yeah. Yeah. Reason why I ask is I work at a Ford dealership, so I just wonder if it was the Ford or what kind of car it was.
Her heart was set.
Yeah.
And to be honest with you, this is her second car in in 2 months.
Yeah.
She got hit. She got a brand new car, had it for a month, got hit, totaled it.
That's insane.
Yeah, somebody hit her in the back, so
yeah.
We had to go through all the insurance and all that stuff.
Yeah. That's always a fun time too. I've dealt with those plenty of times, and they're not fun.
Yeah. But to be able to see her happy, that's yeah. I'm telling her she needs to drive Uber.
Yeah.
It should be an asset, not a liability. You know what I'm saying?
No, 100%. Yeah. No, I'm with you on that one. Yeah.
Yeah. If you $30,000 purchase that don't make no money.
Yeah. Exactly. You just ride it just to ride it.
Yeah. We don't have that luxury. Not right now.
Nope.
I see you got a big boy truck. Well,
yes, sir.
You think you're gonna be partying? That's why you don't want to drive.
Yeah. Huh? When it comes to that, not saying that we are, because they're like, oh, we're just gonna go to dinner. We'll probably go to no name bar, whatever. No big deal. But I'm like, I already know the turn of events that can happen within a split second or someone say something. So I'm like, you know what? let me not. I said, that truck, I actually need that truck for work. So I'm partnered with the auction group with our dealership. So they actually, I guess in a way, contributed to that truck. So they actually gave me almost 15 grand towards that truck just to haul cars back and forth. And then plus personal use, I have boats, jet skis, and list goes on. So I definitely need that truck. So I'm like, yeah, I'm not gonna put myself in that position, either just removing my license or getting a DUI or even just wrecking the truck, because it's a necessity. And if any of that stuff happens, then everything's done for. I can't really work it. I mean, you can still work in a dealership, but it's just a lot longer of a process, because they're like, oh, well, you got a DUI, now you're a liability to the company. Do we want you working with us? List goes on and on. So it's kind of like looking at it, I'm like, yeah, let me know. I said, it's not too far via Uber. I said, $20 will save me $100,000 or $10,000 or whatever the case may be. So
it might be up to $100,000.
yeah, oh yeah, yeah. It depends on what happens. So.
Yeah.
And kind of parking too. I go to St. Alex a lot. I really hate parking. The parking garage I'm scared to go into because it's like right at that criteria of like the height limit. So I look through the sunroof and I'm like barely crossing through the little, I guess, height limit thing. I'm like, yeah, no, I don't like doing that. And then, of course, parking anywhere by the castle or anything, that's a disaster.
Right.
So I'm like, yeah, it's 20 minutes. I'll be fine.
And I'm sure it takes like $70 to fill her up.
70? Double that.
Oh, Lord.
Yeah, 140 every single time.
That's crazy.
Yeah, and when it was around $4 a gallon for diesel, it was like 160, 170, and then plus with diesels, you have that diesel exhaust fluid. So that little thing is like $35. Plus you need 2 of those, so that's another 70. Plus if you go to like Buc-ee's or something, oh well, I want beef jerky, I want to stop by here, let's buy this. So you're leaving the gas station $250.
Yeah,
one stop.
Yeah, $250, $300.
Yeah.
Yeah, see, my little car takes $27.
Exactly, yeah. So, I had one of these before, but I had a Volkswagen Jetta. I bought it from auction. Minor front end damage, salvage title, so I couldn't really, if I could resell it, but it's kind of, everyone's like, oh, salvage title, I don't want the car, but I could have kept it, sold it, whatever. But then one of the tenors that we have at the dealership, he was looking for his daughter's first car, and I said, if you want it, you can have it, but I said, it has a salvage title. He's like, no, I'm not too worried about that, I just want a reliable car, something cheap, whatever. So I was like, just let her come drive it. I said, it just sits there. I said, I switched between the truck and then this car, so I'm like, it don't matter. I said, just pick one. And going back and forth with them, and then she came back from the test drive with him. She was like, "Oh my God, she loves the car, Kevin. We need to buy this thing." I said, "Do you have a number?" I said, "I didn't want to sell it. I don't even know if I have a number on it, honestly." He was like, "Well, if you had one, what would it be?" I said, "I don't know." And then we finally agreed upon a number, and I don't know. To this day, I'm like, man, I really wish I had that car, but I kind of, I guess, in a way, made her day because now she has a car. And he texts me every now and then. He was like, "Hey, listen, that car's still running strong." I said, "I bet it is."
Yeah.
I said, it's a really nice car, but.
Yeah, they underestimate those type of cars.
Yeah.
They got good engines. I did regrettably miss yesterday. I ordered one of those tablets that you put on the seats. So the customers can play the tablet.
Okay, yeah.
And I missed that delivery too. It was through FedEx, so it requires a signature.
Yeah.
But I'll get it on Monday. I spent the whole day in that dealership, with all that paperwork and communicating with the banks.
Listen, yeah, that whole process, oh man, yeah. So even buying my personal truck, even with that one, you would think working at a dealership would be easy peasy. No, I think I started contracting my physical self probably around like 3 o'clock. I'd done all my paperwork. I sent it to my guy over in finance. I'm like, hey, here's my paperwork, get everything contracted, whatever. And then at 6 o'clock, oh, here's some more paperwork. Hey, I'm not done yet. Then it's 7, then it's 8. I'm like, come on, Nate, I want to go home. What is taking so long? He was do so long process. I get it, but I said, I gave you a 3.
Yeah.
He was like, well, another customer came through, and then the general manager was like, hey, listen, he works here, contract the customer. So I said, no, that's fine. But I said, oh my Lord. I said, I said, man, I wish there was like some online thing that you could do. Just fill out all the paperwork, come in, 30 to 45 minutes, in and out process, be done. Be great.
Yeah.
What happened up here? There's always a wreck down US 1.
Oh, man.
Oh my God, they're in the woods. The car's in the woods.
They must have fell asleep.
Yeah.
That's sad.
Yeah, seeing stuff like that, it's just, I don't know. whenever I see stuff like that, I'm thinking to myself, I'm like, how'd they get themselves in that position? Honestly.
Fell asleep, I'm sure.
Yeah.
I got my CDL, so I'm a truck driver by trade.
Okay.
But I can't do it. It's I don't know, it was way more than I anticipated. I was gone from home for like 4 months.
Mm-hmm.
They have you awake for like 36 hours at a time. Sometimes it's a process. I need to be able to go home every now and then. Get some rest.
Do you work for a company or just by yourself? As far as trucking?
Hirschbach was who I was working
Okay.
with. Yeah, they got reefers, frozen trucks. You got to clean them out every time you drop something off or before you pick up something. It was a whole lot. Like, my dad's been in it for 30 years, so I figured, he can do it. I at least try. It's not my cup of tea. Drove from Indiana to Atlanta. It was 13 hours straight.
Yeah, I mean, I've definitely thought about that. I've driven a semi truck before, but like for that many hours, I don't know if I could do it. If I was ever in that position, I would probably do night driving just due to the fact of less traffic. But at the same time, you're driving at pitch black, you have no sunlight, and it's more prone to you just drive and all of a sudden lean your head back just a little too far. You're like, oh, good morning to you.
Yeah.
And I've seen videos too, like dash cams and stuff. People falling. I'm like, nah, I can't put myself in that.
Yeah.
I can't.
That's what I'm saying. People don't know what's going on these roads. You have to be very cautious because, especially next to them truck drivers, they on the timeline and they don't be doing. It just takes a split second.
Yeah. Yeah, we travel to South Carolina all the time too, and we start going on the road probably like 8:30, and
that's about 6 hours.
Huh?
That's about 6 hours.
So we're at the very tip. So as soon as you cross South Carolina, we're the first exit. I can't remember exactly what the exit is, but we're in Brunson, South Carolina.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So it's kind of like in town, right next to Estill and all that. So we take the first exit. So it's about like 2.5 just to get down there, and then about an hour back roads. But I mean, same thing there. We're kind of just cruising, and it comes to like 9:30, 10, and then you're looking at the semi truck. He's kind of like weaving back and forth, like, yeah, he's been on the road for a little while over there. Yeah.
And see, them trucks be having they got all them sensors, and they got a camera watch.
Yeah.
Yeah, but they still don't prevent people from error. It's just, you guys stay prayed up, man.
Yeah, even like with Tesla and stuff, I mean, I guess they're watching your eyes or whatever, but there's, I've seen, probably back in the day, probably like 2-3 years ago, I seen a video of a guy falling asleep and the car's just still driving. Like, how did they, let that happen, honestly, at the end of the day?
Yeah. But they're getting better, though.
Yeah.
I mean, as far as what I heard, I would love to be driving a Tesla.
Yeah.
Everyone I hear who has one, they love them. They're easier to clean. You don't have to pay for gas, but I mean, you still pay for batteries. I mean, the charge up.
Oh yeah.
Right? Yeah.
Well, from what I've been hearing, everyone's like, "Oh, it doesn't take that much from your house or whatever." But I'm like, "How though?" I said, it requires X amount of watts to go to install the charger at the house, especially the fast charging one. And I'm like, they said, oh yeah, it only increases like $20-$30 in the bill, and I'm like, only 20 to 30. I would think it would be more than that, but I guess
Yeah, I mean, give it about 10 more years.
Yeah,
it's gonna be, because it was like when the iPhone hit. First, everybody was like, but it became a staple.
Oh yeah.
I think the Teslas are just the beginning. Everybody might be going towards that way. But, if they can figure out how to make a semi-truck that would, in that way, to, those things take about $1,000 to fill up. Well, 500, like minimum.
Yeah, that's what I've been hearing. Like I said, that's a pretty penny.
Yeah. And it don't last all day. It's just,
Yeah. Yeah, it's pretty nice because they just incorporated that Gate gas station that we passed. They actually incorporated the semi-truck fill-up station, so it definitely does help me and benefit me in that way. Because like the normal diesel pump, you know, it's all fine and dandy, but it goes slow. And then whenever they built that one, I was like, let me go over here and check it out. I went from almost about 20 minutes down like to almost 10 minutes, like cut half the time.
Oh,
just because the pump's faster.
Oh yeah.
Like I said, it has an almost 40-gallon tank in it, so that takes a while too. So that don't help. Some days it doesn't. If I'm traveling, it don't matter because, like I said, I'm gonna spend my time at the gas station so it can just pump while, you know, it's just sucking my money away, and I'm inside shop and grabbing drinks and stuff. And I come back outside, I'm like, oh, it's still going. Oh, that's just wonderful. That's just lovely. Yep.
Yeah.
I'm just hoping this winter year is gonna be a little bit better. We go to North Carolina a lot to go snowboarding.
How long have you been in Florida?
Pretty much my whole life.
Okay.
I've never moved or anything. Maybe in the near future, but it'll be more down south. Avid boater, obviously. You know, I love boating and stuff, so I definitely want to go to Stewart. But definitely do like my winter sports. I love to snowboard, so I'm hoping this year in North Carolina it's going to be a little bit better. Last year was kind of 50-50. I tried to go around January or February time, but then work and all were super slammed, and beginning of the year, and everyone wants a car, everyone wants something different. Christmas time, everyone's on deck at that point. But
yeah, how long you been snowboarding? That sounds something that you would have to be kind of like born into or something. I mean, not everybody has that experience.
Yeah, definitely. So I guess I can compare it to surfing, skateboarding, and then snowboarding. I guess they're kind of all the same way. I guess it's just navigating your feet and know where to, obviously, how to maneuver it. But everyone's like, oh, you know, it's super hard. I said, it's really not once you get the hang of it. So I was an avid skier for 4 years. I think I was 14, 15, didn't like to snowboard. My brother was a snowboarder from the start. I didn't want to do it. I said, I like skis. You know, I had more control. I had 2 feet that was separated so I could do my own things. And the snowboard, you're playing it on one. So I'm like, I kind of felt stuck. So I'm like, no. I said, I really don't feel like doing that. So then he told me one day, he was like, just try to snowboard. I said, you're going to like it so much better. I said, I mean, I guess. And the first day, it hurt. My ass hurt. I fell down every single time. I couldn't get the hang of it. And he was like, you skateboarded and, you know, surfed and stuff, you can't get yourself up. I'm like, it's different. I'm centered on this board. I can't do anything with it. I'm full body weight on this thing. I said, I don't even know what I'm doing at this point.
Yeah.
He's like, pretend like you're surfing. I said, I get it, but I can still kind of move my feet. I'm not in my, you know, safe space. And then you can move those little clips, I guess, a little forward, a little back, just kind of make it your own way. So we did that. It got a little bit better. And then by the end of the day, I was up. I made my first run, and then with it, because we usually stay there for about a week and a half. So about like the third day, it was all good and fine. So I wasn't falling down anymore. And then ever since then, so I've been snowboarding now for about 4.5 years.
Okay.
Yeah. But we also get in trouble a lot too. So I bring a book bag, and I like to build jumps and stuff. And the terrain park that never puts snow in there, North Carolina is kind of 50-50. If they get snow, they get snow. If not, it's man-made from those blowers. But they never fill in the terrain park. So me and my brother, cousin, we all went out one time, and we found this like little hidden spot. And we're thinking, ski patrol, they ain't gonna find us down here, so we're good. Well, lo and behold, here they are. And they're like, what are y'all doing? I said, nothing down here. You know, we're just hanging out, just taking a quick break. They said, what's the shovel for? Where'd y'all get that from? I said, well, I guess you caught me now. I said, it was in my book bag. It was one of those little micro shovels that you can collapse or whatever. I'm like, yeah, I had it in my book bag. I was going to build a jump for us. He was like, why y'all doing that? I said, y'all never fill the terrain park up. I said, this is our only time that we can go up here, that I can get time off from work, and y'all still don't fill the terrain park up. But all these other parts you can fill up, but not the terrain park. I said, the amount of people that show up here just for the terrain park. He said, well, no, I get that, but the main interaction is obviously the main slope. I said, no, I understand. I said, you know, work on the main slope, but obviously kind of, I guess, start pushing it more towards terrain park, so obviously we can have our fun as well. And he goes, no, I get that. And he was like, well, he gave us a warning. So I'm like, oh, it's fine. So thankful for that.
Yeah.
Well, you would think we would learn. So a couple days later, that same week, I think it was like Thursday or Friday, he was like, hey, we got to build one more jump. We got to have our last little bit of fun. I'm like, I mean, we can, but like I said, dude, that kind of scares me. And we've been skiing, so we do twilight. They start at 12:30 till 5. 6 o'clock, they redo the snow. They slope it with those plows and stuff, and then it's till 10:30, 11. So we're thinking, oh, let's try this. Let's try it at nighttime. You would think, no. They still got us, okay? And he was like, hey, man. I'm like, what's going on? And then, of course, it was some random guy. So I'm like, oh, we'll just get another warning. It's fine. Oh, look who shows up. I can't remember his name. He even took us to the office and everything. I'm like, oh, great. So this time it was a little bit worse. He took us to the office, so... And he was like, "Oh, it's a liability and stuff like that." I'm like, "Well, it's off to the corner, and the only people that know is us because obviously we built it in the corner. You can't see it when you're going down the slope. If you know it's there, it's there." He was like, "Oh, well, we understand, but that's obviously disturbing our plowing abilities and stuff. We have to fix it, plow it, da da da." I'm like, "I know, but it's off to the very corner. It's like in the woods, pretty much. Like you have to go through the woods, and then there's a jump right there. So it's off. It's not disturbing anyone else. So like, we understand that." But you're still not supposed to make jumps without us pretty much knowing about it or us building the jumps physically. And I'm like, oh, great. So I'm thinking the worst, honestly. I'm thinking they're taking our tickets for the rest of the day because the same guy showed up. He was like, yeah, we caught them about Monday or Tuesday doing the same thing. And I'm like, oh, man. When I heard that, I'm like, oh, great. Let's see what she's got to say because it was a lady, too. And I'm like, I'm hoping. She was like, y'all from here? I said, No, we travel from Florida. We try to escape the Florida heat and come up here to snowboard when we can. And she was like, oh, okay. So y'all come up here a lot? I said, yeah, we try to come up every year, but it depends on, what the weather's like and stuff. And she's like, okay. She was like, give me 1 second. Y'all step outside. So I'm like, oh, great.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, so everyone steps outside. They're just talking, da-da-da-da. I'm like, oh, Lord. I was like, I wanted to peek my head in there. I'm like, you know what? Let me just not raise any more red flags. Let me just do the thing, and let's see what's going to happen back here. So they come back outside. They're like, hey, listen, so we know you guys come here a lot. I said, I understand, with the train park. We're definitely going to work on that. But please, if we catch y'all one more time, we're going to start taking tickets. And then that next following time, so they took our names and stuff. So I'm like, well, I got to go back and tell my dad and my mom, too, because they came up with us on the trip. I'm like, I got to tell them this story. And he was like, well, how would y'all do that? And especially later on through the week. I said, that same week. I said, the guy probably works there 7 days a week, guaranteed. I'm like, well, I didn't know. I said, it was 4 days later. I said, everyone has a different schedule. I said, same with our work. I mean, I see the same guy for 2-3 days, and then the rest of the week I don't see him anymore. So I was thinking the same thing. He was like, well, I'm telling you. I said, I probably wouldn't do it no more. And I said, next time, why don't you just ask the ski patrol where you can build the ramp? I said, oh yeah, let me just ask him. And he'll be like, well, yeah, you can build it down there. I'm like, all right, perfect. And I come down there with my shovel coming out of the book bag, start building the jump. He's like, oh, this guy was already prepared to do it. I said, I don't even know why I gave him yes. So I don't know. It was pretty cool though, but she was, super understanding and stuff, but she just said, hey, it's still a liability issue. The jump wasn't built from us. I understand that y'all signed a waiver that if y'all hurt yourself, you can't do anything, but at the end of the day, it's kind of still the same thing. Like, I get it, and that was my favorite word that day. I said, I get it. I get that's a liability, but we signed a paperwork saying that if we hurt ourselves, we can't really honestly sue because we signed the waiver saying that, hey, everything is done at our own risk. Because obviously they have restaurants up top. At the top of the mountain, they have a bar. You grab drinks or whatever. So obviously, you want to have a couple of drinks and then go back down the mountain, go again.
Some people are gonna get hurt.
Oh yeah, most definitely. I've seen some gnarly crashes. I've seen them go right through the slow speed sign so quick that I'm like, I know for a fact that had to hurt. Somehow they just get up like nothing happened. I'm like, well.
Yeah, because you got 30 layers on.
30 layers on, a couple of drinks in you. Oh, I didn't feel that one. But then next morning, you're like, oh, man. Back's a little stiff. What happened that night? Oh, yeah, did you forget you ran into the sign? Oh, did I really? Yeah, you did. Yep, that was a good time.
Yeah, I want to try that someday.
Yeah.
I'm going to take a left up here.
Okay. So we'll see if we do it this year or not, but with work lately, it's kind of been up and down, honestly. Sales has been kind of 50-50.
Are you guys getting new vehicles? I mean, did the hurricane affect you guys at all?
As far as the dealership wise, not really. We had a bunch of trees fall down. Luckily, it didn't hurt any vehicles. I know in the Carolina areas, obviously those dealerships are pretty much totaled out. I've seen pictures on our website. and communications via email through all the dealerships that we're from. We've seen pictures where cars are like pretty much to the door with water and flood damage. I mean, brand new.
Yeah.
Mustangs, Explorers, you name it, they're underwater. So I know what they're going through right now, and I'm thinking to myself, like, I guarantee you, that's one thing. But I said also think about the technicians and stuff, all their tools, specialty tools, stuff in the shop, computers, laptops. I mean, it's just the devastation that came with.
Yeah.
Man, that's a total rebuild with. But the thing is, I'm thinking to myself, like, how they going to know how much to give each tech that they had in the shop for all their tools that went missing or flooded or now they're broken or rusted. I mean, there's so much that goes into this. It's not even funny. So I don't know. I guess we'll see. But as far as us, not too bad. We've been getting so many new cars in lately that I'm running out of room.
Oh, okay.
So I manage new and used cars. So me trying to park all these new and used cars that we're getting as far as trade-ins and new just inventory, it's been a nightmare, honestly. I mean, I can't find room anymore to even park anything. So.
Okay, so you want to go right up here to the station?
So if you go a little bit further, there's like a little roundabout. So it's a little bit better just instead of just stopping in the middle of the road. I'll show you where it's at. It's just a little bit past it.
Thank you. Yeah, man, you're going to have a great evening. You did make a good choice getting an Uber.
So if you go right here, you see this little right section right here?
Okay.
Yeah, that's where everyone kind of just drops off.
All right. Again, Kevin.
Perfect. It's been a pleasure, sir.
I want to thank you for riding with Uber.
Yes, sir. Thank you. You have a good one.
On the gang.